let me tell the security story for our early listeners. And again, I apologize for the false start last week where I said I can finally tell the story, and I couldn't because there was one element that I discovered. I'm glad I did, but there was one element. Just, better to be safe than sorry. So here's what happened. On May 18th.
It seems so long ago.
Our security card system in the building broke. Meaning to get into this very important broadcast facility housing a number of great radio stations. What are you doing over there?
I think how many radio stations? 5, 6 radio stations? 6 radio stations? Yeah.
Yeah, it's Q105, it's QIK, it's Wild, it's Maxima, and it is
Money Talk 1010 AM.
Money Talk and the Shark. The Shark, the classic rock. So we got a bunch of important radio stations, mostly, in this building. The key card system broke. Now, it wasn't like the key card system broke and you couldn't get in, that the doors were locked, and it was the opposite. The doors were wide open.
Wide
into the great wide open. So for 2 months, anybody could have just walked into this radio station.
Any time of the day.
2 months! All of the rest of May, the entirety of June, and it just got totally fixed late last week. You could have just walked right into the radio station.
You had complete run of the place.
No doors were locked. Just walk right in.
Yep.
How does it take 2 months to rectify that?
I have never seen anything like this in my entire 41 years in broadcasting.
How about people who get here like in the middle of the night, like Andrew?
What about it?
I mean, he's walking into a building that there could potentially be someone in because they could have walked in overnight. Yeah.
So no one had to reach into their pocket to grab their wallet or you into your purse to grab whatever you keep your key card.
No.
I think Andrew wears the geeky lanyard.
He does.
But it's convenient.
I wear a lanyard as well, but Andrew wears a geekier lanyard.
So, can you believe that? For 2 months, and it was a combination of issues. One of the issues was the system had to be ordered, but it could have gotten here very quickly. But then apparently, and I don't know if you guys know this, apparently it got tied up. We just got to put a new security system. It's, a box that just controls the key card system. So the old key card system box, where we have those thick plastic cards, you got to tap it onto the door. Typically that, brownish plastic faceplate has a red LED, meaning everything's locked. You tap your card on it, it turns green for a couple of seconds while you open the door and come in. I mean, a jillion places out there have this system. So the issue was the system was, I guess, ordered, but then there was a contract, and our legal department down at corporate in Naples, the legal department tied it up for weeks. I mean, what do you just? It's a security card system. It's not a contract. To hire 5 DJs to work at radios. It's a freaking piece of electric equipment. Security equipment. It's just a little box that goes into a rack that controls our key card system. So legal at corporate had this thing tied up apparently for weeks. And then I guess the box comes in and something wasn't working right with the box, so they had to get another box. And for 2 months, though, folks, for 2 months, I can tell the story now because now we are locked up tight. All the doors are all locked now. But for 2 months, May 18th until late last week, you could have just walked right in anytime you wanted. Just wanted to do a self-guided tour? Come on down! In fact, come on down! You're the next contestant on Just Wander Through the Halls of our radio station. At your will, at your whim. Come on down. Shelley from Pinellas Park. Come on down. Jerry from Lutz. Come on down. Jose from Wiki Watchy. Come on down.
It's a long drive from Wiki Watchy just to walk the radio station. But MJ, you could have gone into any radio station, stood behind any console board. If you knew how to put yourself on the air, you could have done your own night show.
Oh, yeah, an overnight show.
That's right.
Folks could have just walked in and just pushed buttons.
You don't like the song we're playing? Change it yourself.
Isn't that what happened on Joe Dirt? He was the maintenance guy on the radio station. Then he just started talking on the air.
I never saw Joe
Oh,
Dirt.
it's so great.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it was great.
Cinematic classic.
I'm sure Joe Dirt was, it was the travesty that year that it didn't win Best Picture, right?
It was really good, though.
How many Academy Award nominations were there for Joe Dirt?
17.
Yeah, right.
More than Oppenheimer's going to get.
But I could not believe that for 2 months, our doors at this radio complex were wide open. I don't know what to say. I've just never seen anything like that in my entire 41-year broadcast career, starting at the age of 16. Little WCPK AM, a 5,000-watt daytime-only radio station, meaning this little AM station, 1600, top of your dial, was only on the air from sunrise to sunset. And like in the middle of the wintertime, they had to go off the air like at 4:45. Because, like the sun went down, up, this was mid-Atlantic. And, of course, the sun, we have a little more sun, later, even in the winter months during, Eastern Standard Time versus daylight saving time. The further north you go, the darker it gets quicker during those months. So, for instance, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but if you're standing in Manhattan on January 15th, it is getting darker earlier up in New York than if you're standing on Bush Boulevard here in Tampa.
If you're standing on Bush Boulevard, you're probably working.
Well, that would be Nebraska.
Yeah, right there, Bush, Nebraska. Right there. You're hoping for the sun to go down because you gotta,
That's when business picks. When the sun goes down, business picks up.
I love this time of year. Sun goes down at 6 o'clock. Yeah, all right.
But can you believe that for 2 months this radio station was wide freaking open?
We could have just come in here and seen someone pilfering from our refrigerator in the break room and pouring a cup of coffee, sleeping on the couch, playing billiards.
Every scenario you just gave is the least of our problems. It could have destroyed everything, taken everything, all the equipment. Do we have millions and millions of dollars of equipment here, MJ?
Yeah, absolutely. Somebody could have sledgehammered this place.
No attempt to hire night security? No attempt to hire a whacking hut to sit in our lobby?
A whacking hut.
They could have kidnapped Gino, our afternoon guy.
Oh no! Yeah, Gino.
Well, you want to talk about a decision you'd regret? He won't shut up. He talks and talk.
Dumped him off on the side of the road. Oh man, this didn't work
They
out.
would have put an "I'm sorry" and just dropped him off.
So for the early crowd, that's the security issue, and I'm still amazed. I'm still absolutely amazed that it took 2 months to lock our radio station up. Just walk in anytime. That's what it was from May 18th until just late last week. Now everything is sealed up tightly, very, very tightly. In fact, there are now Indiana Jones spikes at some of the doors.